Hi, welcome to another Page Turning Tuesday with Tom. I kind of feel like I'm pretty old right now. I'm rocking in a rocking chair and I'm telling people my life story. Uh, anyway, let's get back to it. From chapter 9, the first book in the series, Don't Call Me Jupiter. I just kind of caught my mom with my best friend's dad, and that terrible feeling of anger, frustration, disappointment just uh, went through my body. I feel stuck between a rock and a hard place. After our snack, I ditch Matt so that I can confront my mother. I wait till she's alone in the kitchen, then I get right in her face and tell her what I saw. She quickly points out that it wasn't much, which is true. Nevertheless, I fire back at her. I know you're having sex with Matt and Martin's dad, which I say with just a tad of robot voice. You don't know anything, you little shit. Mind your own business and quit spying. Mr. Martin and I are friends. I'm friends with lots of people, men and women. Friends. Get that through your head. If anything, you should be happy that I get along with your best friend's dad. How can I be happy when I know she's lying? My mother is an insatiable, nympho, sex-crazed, floozy maniac. First it's Big Ray, now it's my best friend's dad. My biggest fear is that my mother will break up Matt's family. His dad and my mom will get married, and instead of being happy to have me as his stepbrother, Matt will hate me because my mother is a slutty homewrecker. For some reason, I believe I have no choice but to quit being Matt's best friend. Worse than that, I take out all the pent up anger and resentment I feel towards my mother and redirect it onto him. The next morning at the bus stop, he must have thought I'd lost it when I picked a fight. We fight the next day and the day after that, too. Then we never say another word to each other ever again. It's more than I can handle. I don't love John the way my friends love their fathers, but I respect him enough to think that he shouldn't be deceived. John wants to know what happened between Matt and I, why we're suddenly fighting. Instead of telling him the truth, I lie and tell him we're fighting over whose dad is better. Mom tells me to knock it off. John tells me to aim for his nose. Once again, I find myself carrying the burden of my mother's secret on my scrawny little shoulders. I hate being the only one that knows the truth, and I hate being the only one who cares. Just when I think things can't get any worse, they do. I come home from school one day to find Big Ray's chewed up rusty red pickup in front of our house. It isn't in our driveway, it's parked along the street facing the boulevard as if poised for a quick escape. I didn't think his truck was street legal or capable of making the trip from Shingle Springs to Fair Oaks, but there it is. The second I see it, right on cue, my stomach takes a nosedive. I feel rage pounding in my chest and hatred pulsing through my veins. Jesus H fucking Christ, I cannot believe this bullshit. That's what I yell when I'm really mad because I learned it from John, which makes me wonder about Jesus' middle name. Henry, Harry, Herman. They all sound so ungodly. Did Mary include yelling out Jesus' middle name when he was in trouble? I run inside and slam the door extra hard behind me. Mother, where are you? I yell, stomping through the house in search of the lovebirds. I wake up my brother, who's napping downstairs. Where are they? Who? Mom and Big Ray, I yell. Big Ray's here? Jesus H fucking Christ, you're useless. I hear a steady squeaking sound, and am sure they're on the guest bed humping away. I fly through the door, but the room is empty. I look out the window, and I see my mother swaying on a squeaky swing. Big Ray is standing directly in front of her. I march outside and look him in the eye. He appears happy to see me, which makes me even madder. What are you doing here? I demand. I came to visit, he says in his ridiculous accent. Great, I spoof back, rolling my eyes, knowing what's going on between them. I'm not stupid. Mom and Big Ray will have no privacy now that I'm home. I cross my arms, lock my gaze on them, and refuse to leave. He gets the hint, which is good, but then he hugs her for way too long and kisses her neck on the way out. My mother doesn't say anything, but the expression in her eyes speaks volumes. After that, every day I keep a lookout for Big Ray's truck. Then it's there again. A week later, it's there again. I can't keep my mouth shut any longer. I'm tired of protecting my mother from John. Enough is enough. How to break the news of her sexcapades to John will take some thought, but I need to get the monkey off my back. Besides, someone needs to get their inevitable divorce moving in the right direction. Why not me? I decide to spill the beans during dinner. It happens during one of our quieter nights when we fixate on our food and the sounds of our silverware. Time to play a little game of truth or consequences. I'm fully prepared for the scene that will unfold as soon as I say what must be said. It's a little harder to start than I'd imagined, but finally I just blurted out, Big Ray was here again today. I guess he visits Mom while no one else is home. My mother doesn't react at all. She turns, smiles at me, reaches for the butter. John never even looks up from his plate. Did he not hear me? Does he not understand what this means? Mom and Ray are having sex on John's bed while he's at work. Am I the only one who has a problem with this? Where are the accusations? Where's the denial? Why aren't they screaming at each other? How can they be ignoring me? How's he doing? John asks, wiping his mouth. Mom takes a deep sigh as if the subject bores her. He's fine, she says. He's going to compete in that crazy wheelbarrow race at the county fair again. How neat for him. How neat for him? They go on eating. The subject is changed and forgotten. So much for dropping the Big Ray divorce bomb. That was it. There was no showdown. We're still intact. No finger pointing, no swearing, no kids running into their rooms, no flying plates, no shameful stares, no evil outbursts, no packing up and moving out, no divorce, nothing. Apparently, I just don't understand adults at all. That's the end of chapter 9. Thanks for tuning in to this edition. I'll see you next time on another Page Turning Tuesdays with Tom.